Hi, I'm Kevin,
And I'm Amanda.
and we are serving up
All that jam.
All That Jam, Quick Hit. Dave Ruch on Summer Camp and Dead of Summer Tour.
You're fresh off of summer camp, and from everything I've heard, you guys killed it. You did 4 sets, is that right?
Yeah, we ended up with 4 sets, which was just incredible.
It's nice. Any guests?
We did have guests. We had a late night, like 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. late night Grateful Dead set, and it was billed as Fairchild and Friends play Grateful Dead. And so we had our old friend Vinny Amico, the drummer from Mo, who we've played tons of music with since the late 80s here in Buffalo. And Tim Palmieri from Lotus, who was brand new to us, but certainly, knew of him. And a great bass player out of Chicago named Janice Wallen. And maybe you've bumped into her, or some of your listeners have. She seems to play in lots of different configurations around the Midwest. And so it was a 6-piece Dead band, 2 full drum sets. And, none of us, or we hadn't met as a collective until we all got on stage together. So that's sometimes the most fun, when it's a known repertoire, but you've got all these different elements, and you just sort of feel your way through it. And
Right.
One of my favorite things to do.
Were you falling back doing rhythm with Tim there, or were you guys splitting that?
No, we were splitting very equally. Tim's he's a very complete guitar player. He can play Zappa, he can play all kinds of stuff. So no, I think our styles complemented each other because, I'm not a technician in the way that he is. But I have a long background in playing the guitar, obviously. So we had a lot of fun. It was a blast.
Vocals?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
we all sang for that one.
All right, very nice. So you got back to your roots there a little bit with that.
Very much so, yeah. Yep.
Cool. And I guess that leads us into the announcement that you had today. You want to tell us a little bit about this tour you have coming up?
Yeah, we're super excited. So we're going to be embarking on our Dead of Summer tour, which is going to be 1 set of our own original instrumental tunes in the organ trio format, and then a full set of Grateful Dead tunes done in that same format, with a kind of a rotating set list every night. So no 2 shows are going to be the same in terms of the Dead stuff. And so we're hitting a bunch of new markets. We're going to be tour starts in Baltimore, your home base. We're playing a couple of festivals in the middle of it. It's like a 10-day run. So we're doing Weekend at Bertha's Festival in Delaware, and we're doing Bears Picnic Festival in Pennsylvania, which has 2 nights of Dark Star Orchestra. And we're going to be in Albany. We're going to be in Vermont, a couple of nights in Vermont. We're going to be, where else? New Jersey. We're doing a house concert series for Sharon Brackelmans, who plays in This Old Engine and some other, I guess she's the Donna person in This Old Engine, but she does a kind of a house concert series. So that's going to be real fun. We're going to Long Island for the first time ever. We're based in New York, but all the way in Western New York. So about as far from Long Island as you can be and still be in the same state. So we're playing Bo's Bar, which is a legendary Grateful Dead venue on Long Island. So we can't wait. And it seems like a great way to break ourselves into some of these markets where we've never played before, because we'll be doing a combination of our stuff and stuff that'll be more familiar to people.
All right,
and I should shout out Worcester, Mass. I forgot to mention them. They are on the tour as well. So we'll be at Electric Haze on August 6th.
Right. And it's a good selling point. People say, oh, Grateful Dead, I can go check that out. And
sure,
hopefully you open their minds up. Now, the first set's going to be all originals?
Yeah, either the first or the second, depending on how the night is structured. But 1 set will be all originals and 1 set will be all instrumental Grateful Dead.
Right. And how big of a pool of songs are we pulling from for the Dead sets?
Pretty big. As it stands now, we could probably do about 5 sets of unique Grateful Dead music that we've worked up in our format. I mean, we know a lot more songs than that because we all, as you know, come from a Grateful Dead background. But in terms of working up Dead songs as a 3-piece organ trio, where the organ player's playing the bass with his left hand and the organ with the right, guitar and drums, and no singing, we really want to arrange the tunes in a way that feels great in that format and feels fresh. So some songs, that we love, we've tried in that format and we haven't quite found the angle yet. But so the 4 or 5 sets of music that we have right now under our belts in our organ trio format we're real happy with the arrangements for all the tunes, and we'll keep adding between now and the tour start, and when the tour starts at the end of July.
Is there an era that you feel especially lends itself to what you all do?
Wow, that's a good question. No, we actually do stuff from all eras. We do a bunch of real primal Dead from the really early days, right up to Picasso Moon, which is definitely a 1990 or so Grateful Dead song. So yeah, we pick from all eras. We love all, we obviously love all genres and all eras of the Grateful Dead. So yeah.
Any other impressions of summer camp? Did you guys get to guest with anybody?
We did not. We did not guest with anybody. It's funny we did 2 sets Thursday, 2 sets Friday, and it's like it's all consuming to be a performer there in terms of, so you pull into the parking area, which is quite far away probably from the stage you're going to end up being on. So then you're supposed to arrive at the stage an hour and a half ahead of time, but you got to get a ride over there or an escort and a golf cart so you can bring your van with all your gear. So there's a whole lot of stuff that goes on. Like we played 2 1-hour sets on Thursday. On Friday, we played an hour set and then a 2-hour set. But really, it takes up the whole day, like the logistics of getting your stuff there and then sort of setting up in a hurry, taking down in a hurry, then trying to get your van back where it needs to go. So we didn't end up seeing as much music as we would have liked, obviously. I mean, there's so many, we did see some great stuff, but there were so many other sets we would have loved to be at, and we just couldn't, and same with guesting. I mean, there didn't seem to be any time.
Right, exactly. I hear you. And you also, you had a really heavy schedule there. I mean, you played the VIP tent one of the nights, right?
Yeah, that was our first set of the first night. That was on the pre-party night. We played the VIP tent and did kind of a covers heavy set. We did a couple of Allman Brothers things and a Bob Marley tune, and some of our stuff. And that was fun. VIP tent was great. We went back there for a couple other sets. We saw Everyone Orchestra there with our friends Vinny and Al from Mo were playing. And then so the second set was Thursday night in the Soulshine stage, doing a full set of our stuff. Then Friday afternoon, we played on the Illumination stage, which was great. It was sort of centrally located, and just more and more people sort of found their way there as the set went on, which was great. And then Friday night was that really late 2 a.m. set.
Nice. Fantastic. So if I'm hearing from a lot of people, I don't know how much you buy into social media and what's going on, but a lot of people are talking about what they saw. I think you guys really hit the chord with a lot of people, so to speak.
That's excellent. Yeah, we're always glad to hear that. We met a ton of cool people. We seem to be very popular right now with father and son musician duos.
Rob and Ryan, yes.
Well, we met Rob and Ryan from Toronto. Ryan is a young keyboard player and podcaster, and his father, Rob, plays in some bands around Toronto. And then separately, there was another father-son that ended up following us to all 4 sets that we did from Chicago area, and they both play music in bands around Chicago. So yeah, that was funny. So yeah, we got to figure out a way to do a father and son festival. Could be the first of its kind.
Right. So if I want to go to see this Summer of Dead or Dead of Summer.
Yeah.
What am I calling them wrong? Dead of Summer tour. Is
Yeah.
that what it is?
It
Where
is.
am I getting tickets for this?
So on our website, OregonFairchild.com, just go to the calendar page and all the ticketed events. About half the events are ticketed in terms of, the ability to buy tickets ahead of time, and the others are all sort of pay at the door kind of situations. So the ones that are ticketed are all available on our website.
Very nice. All right. You got anything else, Amanda?
Yeah, I was just curious, the mood out there at summer camp, with the news of the hiatus and things shifting around. I'm sure that there was a lot of meaning, which there always is, right? But it may have been even more. Is that something that people were talking about?
Yeah, oh, very much so. Absolutely. There was a lot of talk about, this being the last one and people wanting to make the most of it and get the most out of it. Yeah, and it was bittersweet. We've been friends with the Mo guys forever because they started in Buffalo, and we have all played together in various configurations. And so they, for them, I think this is probably a necessary pivot. They're one of the founding bands of the festival. But yeah, I think it's very bittersweet. I mean, it's never to be repeated in its current form. And I saw pictures. I had to leave Sunday, but my wife and the other guys in the band stayed, and saw pictures of like the Willie Nelson set, and it was just literally wall to wall people. I mean, like a bigger crowd than we had seen Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Like everyone seemed to show up Sunday for that, probably specifically, and also Wolfpack, who they said were just phenomenal. We saw a great Corey Wong set. I don't know if you're familiar with Corey Wong, on Saturday. Other things we saw that we did get to catch a full set of Mo, which was great. And sometimes you're, as a performing musician at the festival, sometimes your best opportunity to hear bands is when you get to your stage an hour and a half ahead of time and you get to listen to the band before you, right? So we heard this band called Little Bird that I particularly just thought they were great. They were, I don't know where they're out of, but maybe people can check them out. Real kind of floaty, psychedelic, tunes with some sort of funk backbeat and really great singing, great vocals. So yeah, shout out to Little Bird.
There we go.
Thank you.
All right. So I guess that's going to wrap it up. Make sure that you head over to the website, get yourself some tickets. If they're coming to your town, check them out. There's 10 dates. It falls during the days, what they call the days between Jerry's birth and Jerry's death. So great way to celebrate that week. Go see some instrumental Grateful Dead and a new take on it. And Dave, as always, thank you so much for giving us some time.
Thank you guys so much for taking the time. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. If you are enjoying All That Jam, please like and subscribe to our social media channels at All That Jam Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or visit our website, allthatjampod.com. Make sure to sign up for our email list and tune in every week for new episodes.
Also, look for full interviews on our YouTube channel. And remember, stay beautiful, but don't stay underground too long.